Hey guys, it's Misty. This was actually filmed last Wednesday, July 3rd. So yeah, enjoy. Hey there everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome to my July, right? Yeah. July weigh-in and update video, go check-in video. It's all the things video. So if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Misty and I have been following a ketogenic way of eating on and off since March 2017. I started this journey at 425 pounds. My lowest recorded weight was back in October, right as I was going into the hospital with diabetic ketoacidosis at 357 pounds. I weighed in at the 1st of June at 386 pounds, and I'm weighing in the 1st of July at 386 pounds. So I think I was like 386.6 in July and I was 386.4 yesterday when I weighed. So, which is amazing to me. So if you haven't been following around, or if you just caught June's video and you haven't heard the rest of them, I have a ruptured or herniated disc, and it didn't necessarily come out of nowhere, but it just kind of started up out of nowhere. Starting July 9th, I've basically been wheelchair bound and spent 2 nights in the hospital, the 11th and the 12th, and saw a new neurosurgeon last Thursday and have been on a really strong steroid pack since then. I am happy to report that I am getting to the point where I'm way more mobile. I have been walking around the house. We went out today and I did a little bit of walking with my rollator. We went shopping on Monday and I drove the scooter through Sam's. So I am able to get around some. Walking, I did overdo it. That's my problem. My therapist and I talked about it on Monday. He's like, you're so impatient. He's like, when something good happens, you're like, okay, let's go. Let's just get it done. And he's like, you have to have patience with your body. And I learned that yesterday after pushing myself on Monday and Tuesday. Yesterday was a rough day. So I still have a herniated disc. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's just like when one of your discs in your back or your neck, I guess it's swollen, or anyway, mine is pushing in to my spinal cord. And that's what was causing the numbness and stuff in my right leg. So that has gotten better. It's not completely gone, especially depending on how I sit. But it's gotten better. So as far as like losing weight, of course that didn't happen. Unfortunately, Rob can't cook. It is what it is. And we've spent the last couple of weeks kind of relying on convenience foods. Anything that he can throw in the oven or I could direct him to cook is basically what we've been eating. I did restart keto this week because like I said, I'm able to get a little bit more around. Hopefully as time continues on this week, I will get to a point where I can, at least stand for a couple of minutes and cook at the stove. I am getting my own wheelchair. I rented one from a medical supply company, and that's the one I've been using, but my doctor sent in orders for that. He also sent in orders for a bath chair, like a transfer chair. I just have a bath seat right now, but my physical therapist really wants me to get one where I sit on it and then slide into the shower instead of having to lift my legs, because that's one problem that I had with this herniated ruptured disc, whatever you want to call it, is that I wasn't able to lift my legs, like getting in and out of the bed. Rob or the nurse in the hospital would have to lift my legs to help me get back in the bed. In that June video, I set some 90-day goals. I set some 30-day goals, and then I talked about doing weekly goals, and I still want to stick with that. So I still have a 90-day goal of decreasing my insulin. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet, especially being on a steroid. I haven't even bothered checking my blood sugar. I'm sure we're in the 400s, if even. It is what it is when you're diabetic. Steroids just pump you up. And if you are someone who's on steroid therapy, keep an eye out on your blood sugar because it could cause you to become a type 2 diabetic. So that is still a 90-day goal. Another 90-day goal I had was to switch nerve pain medication. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that goal and stay on Lyrica. And my neurosurgeon suggested that I just stick with it. So I'm going to. So in replacing that 90-day goal with trying to wean myself off of some of my tramadol. So tramadol is a pain medication if you're unaware, and I didn't realize that it was habit forming and all these other things. I just thought it was because everybody's like, oh, tramadol does anything for me, or tramadol, so I thought this is, you know, some low man on the totem pole kind of thing. But reading that it can cause you to become addicted, those kinds of things, it's like, no. But it's the only thing that's gotten me through being out of the hospital and being able to function, that along with the CBD oil. And I'll talk about that more in just a second. So my 90-day goal is to get to a point where I can go back to taking tramadol as needed rather than having to have it morning and night. I have already decreased my dosage because I was taking it 3, sometimes 4 times a day, depending on how much my pain level was during the day. So I just want to continue. I'm not going to go cold turkey. That's not something you can do. And I know that I will continue living with pain. That's why I told the neurosurgeon, I was like, listen, I live with chronic pain. So when it gets to 7 or 8 is when I'm like, hello, this is getting a little out of hand for me. But like I told my therapist and like I told that neurosurgeon, it's like, I just realized how much pain tolerance I have because I've been able to live with this herniated disc and just stay on tramadol, you know, a couple of times a day. And what's it called? Ice. And that's it. That's all I've had. So, which is a good thing or not, I don't know. But anyway, so that's now a 90-day goal, is to kind of decrease my reliance on pain medication. But in that same vein, if I need pain medication, I'm gonna take a pain medication. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, be in pain, because again, as a diabetic, any kind of pain, any kind of change in your system will cause you to have elevated blood sugar. So if I'm dealing with a ton of pain, that's going to cause my blood sugars to be elevated, which is kind of counterintuitive to getting off the insulin. So I just want to make sure that I'm taking tramadol for pain and not just taking it because I'm taking it. So that's kind of where I'm at. As far as my goals for the month of July, they're gonna be the same goals that I had in June. I wanna get off soda, as I drink one right now. I'm having an A&W. Rob's like, that's soda, and I'm like, June's a wash, right? And the first week of July is kind of a wash too. He hopefully will be able to go back to work on Monday. Luckily, he has a job where he's able to work remotely, and his boss has been so supportive of us and has allowed him to work from home the past 3 weeks. So hopefully he will be able to go back to work on Monday, which means I'm a little bit more able to take care of myself. And, you know, a little bit more self-sufficient. That's been probably the hardest part for me, is just having to rely on him to do so much. And it's been hard on him too. You know, he's had to do everything. So I'm hoping that, you know, I'm better now and we can go back to that. So anyway, with that being said, I want back off soda. I'm gonna finish this. It's Diet AW. I'm not giving up caffeine. I'm still drinking, you know, my bulletproof coffee, etc. I don't have coffee every single day. I have it probably a few days a week, but that's not something that I'm giving up. I also want to come back down a size. Like I mentioned, I wanted to lose a size in June. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I hope to lose a size in July. If you missed that video, I've decided to stop with number goals, because the scale can say one thing and your body can tell you a whole different thing with inches lost, etc. I am hoping that at some point this week we get to measure me. How long have I been talking about that? So yeah, so those are probably my 2 main goals, is to get off soda and lose a size. I want to get back to producing ketones. I haven't checked my ketone level in a while. There's a whole, I don't know. There's some people who say that if you're producing ketones that you're back in ketosis. There's some people that say that there's this whole formula where it compares with your glucose and that tells you if you're in ketosis. I just want to be producing ketones. That's all I care about. You know, we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I'm just not in a place where I can get my blood sugar super low because of, again, I'm on insulin and it all depends on my body. body, etc. So I can only do what I can do. So those are really my main goals. My goal for the rest of the year is to lose at least 30 to 50 pounds. I am due for a major back surgery. I don't know if I talked about this after I saw my neurosurgeon. Did I post a video last week? I don't even remember. I have what's called OPLL, and it's the ossification of the posterior longitudinal ligaments. And it basically means the ligaments that run north and south in my spinal canal are calcifying. Basically, they're turning to bone. And I have a condition called stenosis. Both of these are genetic, by the way. And that means my spinal canal is narrowed. And they showed me on the MRI where there are parts of my neck and parts of my lumbar where my spinal cord is basically touching the spinal canal, like there's no space. So he had said that this isn't going to be where I go in and I fix your neck. He said this is going to be where I go in and I do the entire spine at once. So there's no fucking way in hell that I can recover from that kind of surgery at 386 pounds. So Rob and I have talked about it. I don't want weight loss surgery. And I'll just tell you why. Number one, not very many people are successful over long term. Number two, a lot of people have irreversible damage from weight loss surgery. Either they have issues with absorbing nutrients. I mean, they just have so many issues because you're literally dissecting your guts, like you're cutting up your guts and reworking them how they're not supposed to be, all in the efforts to lose weight. And it's just a tool. It doesn't fix anything that happens in your brain. It doesn't make you stop having cravings. It doesn't do any of the things that should help you with your weight loss. It doesn't do any of those things. And a lot of people, there are some people who are successful, absolutely, but there are a lot of people who aren't. And then there's, like I said, there's a risk with it involved. It's like, if I go to have weight loss surgery and I die on the table, what the hell was that for? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not something that I want to do. It's not something that Rob wants me to do. You know, we have a lot of friends in the BBW community who have had it done, and they've, like I said, they've either had issues. I had a little boy when I taught second grade, his mom died from having weight loss surgery because she was just so malnourished. They couldn't keep her fed, basically. So weight loss surgery comes with a whole lot of risk. I would probably have to do gastric bypass rather than the sleeve. So there's just this whole plethora of issues that could come along with it. Plus, you know, having surgery with the myasthenia. But on the same token, in the same breath, I realized that I cannot survive a surgery at 380 pounds. Plus, I'm also getting older. I'm 41, you know, it's not like I'm gonna, you know, I'm in my early 30s and, you know, can lose weight easily. So Rob and I have talked about it, and I have other things going against me. I'm on insulin. I'm on a nerve medication that causes weight gain. So I have all these other issues on top of just trying to live my life and be normal, you know, so to speak. So we sat down and we've decided, or I decided with his support, that I'm going to try from July to December, to end of December, and give it 100%, sticking, you know, as close to strict keto as I can, or carnivore, you know, low carb. And just see if I can get some weight off. And if I can lose, you know, 30 pounds or 50 pounds, then I will continue on in that manner. If I'm unable to lose the weight after trying, and I'm not talking about trying for 3 weeks, I mean like giving it my all for, you know, the end of the year, till the end of the year, if I am unable to make any kind of significant progress in weight loss, then I'm going to consider having weight loss surgery. So, because again, I can't and there's no timeline on that surgery. My back could take, you know, 10 years to worsen, or it could worsen in the next 3 to 5 years. So, you know, it's important to me that I make sure that I'm in the best health I can be, to get ready for that back surgery. And he said, you know, he didn't talk about my weight at all in that appointment, but he did say, he's like, you know, it's going to be easier on you to recover from something like that, you know, if you're not carrying so much weight around. So it is what it is at this point. And it's a hard decision. and it's not one that you should take lightly, and I will never begrudge, just because it's not something that I want to do for me doesn't mean that I don't, I begrudge anybody that's had surgery. But I know that some people have had success with it, and some people are suffering, 5, 10, 15, even 15 years out. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I am starting to feel a bit better. I took my last steroid today. I think I took my last steroid today. I'll have about 2 more weeks to see if I'm better. Even if I'm back to like 80%, then I'm gonna be okay without having surgery. So that's really where we are, kind of in a holding pattern with the back. They'll be here Friday to deliver the new wheelchair. I've got to get that transfer bench for the bath. We haven't been in our pool. Posting a picture of it on Instagram and Facebook, and everybody's like, ew, what happened? Why is it so green? Our pool motor and our filter cartridges need to be replaced. So hopefully we'll get that done. We'll shock it back to life, and hopefully next week I can start to get into the pool. I can't believe it's July and I haven't even been in the pool yet. That is insane in the membrane, because that's one of the reasons why we bought this house, because it had a pool. So yeah, so I'm doing what I can do. I will sit down this weekend and make a meal plan for next week. If you guys are interested in seeing that, let me know. I am gonna film a review video for the new Gatorade Zero. I think I have tried all of the flavors now. I'm still doing my Rebel ice cream video. I will have that posted at some point as well. Yeah, so I'm trying to just get back in the swing of things and get back to a point where I feel like I can film. They're working on my blog. I'm so excited. After 3 years, it's finally gonna, my site is gonna happen. It's mistylevine.com, hopefully someday. And so I'll have a place to put my recipes, place to talk about keto. It's also gonna be where I have my planning videos, my card making videos. Roxy's gonna have her own section. So it's just gonna be, a place where it's gonna be all about me, and I can't wait for that to happen. I've got to take some more pictures, so hopefully tomorrow I'll feel like getting up and putting on a face of makeup and getting some pictures done, so we'll see. But other than that, we're just going on about life, and that's all we can do. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, 90-day goals is to decrease my insulin and to lower my tramadol dose. 30-day goals, oh, I didn't set weekly goals, did I? No. 30-day goals is to be off soda and to lose a size, and to get back to producing ketones and get back into ketosis. My weekly goal for next week, or from now until next week, is just to get back into eating low carb, just making sure that I am watching what I eat. And yeah, that's really about it. Today I posted on Instagram a burger that I had for lunch. We're gonna have ribeyes for dinner. So yeah, so luckily, I can walk Rob through cooking on the grill or whatever, depending on how we do those ribeyes. So anyway, that's it, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate you. Everybody that's reached out asking how I'm doing. Like I said, I'm doing better. I'm actually walking around the house this week, so that's good. There's been a couple of times he's had to rescue me with the wheelchair, but I'm feeling so much better. So hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.